Hey there, champions. Welcome to TimelessBody, where age is just a number and strength has no expiration date. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to reveal the 10 most dangerous exercises that could be sabotaging your fitness journey if you're over 40. These are the exact movements that I've seen send countless dedicated men straight from the weight room to the doctor's office. But here's what makes today's video different. I'm not just telling you what not to do. For every risky exercise, I'll give you a powerful alternative that delivers the same muscle building benefits without the joint destroying consequences. If you've been feeling those nagging pains or wondering why certain movements don't feel like they used to, you're about to discover exactly why, and more importantly, what to do instead to keep building strength well into your 50s, 60s, and beyond. This isn't about slowing down. It's about training smarter to stay in the game longer. So grab your notes, because this information could be the difference between consistent gains and months of painful recovery. Let's dive into the truth about training after 40 that most fitness experts aren't telling you. 1. Plyometric exercises. Let's start with the highest impact movements. Plyometrics. These explosive exercises like box jumps, jump squats, and burpees are fantastic for building power, but they come with significant joint impact. After 40, our bone density naturally begins to decrease, and our body's ability to absorb impact diminishes. This makes high-volume plyometric training particularly risky for your knees, ankles, and spine. Does this mean no jumping ever again? Absolutely not. But consider these smarter approaches. Reduce volume. Try 2-3 sets of 5-8 reps instead of high repetition circuits. Increase recovery time between plyometric sessions. Focus on perfect landing mechanics with soft, controlled movements. Incorporate lower impact alternatives like kettlebell swings for power development. For most men over 40, I recommend limiting plyometrics to once weekly, focusing on quality over quantity, and ensuring excellent warm-up beforehand. 2. Behind the head barbell shoulder press. Next up is an exercise I rarely recommend for any age group, but especially after 40. The behind the head barbell shoulder press. This movement forces your shoulders into an extreme externally rotated position while under load, a perfect recipe for impingement issues, especially with the reduced shoulder mobility many of us develop through years of desk work and daily life. The smarter alternative? Stick with front-facing presses where you can see the weight. Dumbbells allow your shoulders to move in their natural path, reducing strain on those aging rotator cuffs. If you're working around existing shoulder issues, try the landmine press. It's one of my favorite shoulder-friendly pressing variations that provides similar benefits with far less joint stress. 3. Traditional deadlifts. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but deadlifts are the king of exercises. And you're right, they're incredibly effective for total body strength. But they're also technically demanding and unforgiving when form breaks down. Traditional barbell deadlifts place enormous compressive forces on your spine, particularly the lumbar region. After 40, when disc degeneration and back issues become more common, this can spell trouble. Instead of abandoning deadlifts entirely, consider these modifications. Trap bar deadlifts for a more upright torso position. Sumo stance to reduce range of motion and back stress. Romanian deadlifts with moderate weight for posterior chain development. Split stance single leg deadlift variations for core engagement with lighter loads. Remember, the goal isn't maximum weight, it's maximum benefit with minimum risk. 4. Upright rows. Fourth on our list are upright rows, particularly the close grip barbell version. This exercise creates a perfect storm of potential issues for aging shoulders. The internal rotation combined with elevation under load can compress the subacromial space, irritating tendons and potentially leading to impingement syndrome, something many men over 40 are already predisposed to. What works better? Try lateral raises with dumbbells, face pulls for posterior deltoid development, or high cable pulls with a rope attachment. These alternatives target similar muscle groups without the problematic mechanics. 5. Front raises. While we're discussing shoulders, let's talk about front raises. This exercise isolates the anterior deltoids, which are already heavily recruited in most pressing movements like bench press and push-ups. For men over 40 who typically have stronger anterior deltoids compared to lateral and posterior heads, this can worsen existing imbalances and contribute to shoulder dysfunction. Instead, focus your shoulder training on lateral and rear deltoid work to create balanced development. Your shoulder health and posture will thank you. 6. Leg press with heavy loads. The leg press machine seems like a safer alternative to squats, but it comes with its own risks when loaded heavily, especially for men over 40. The fixed position can create excessive knee and lower back stress, particularly when using the common technique of lowering the sled until the lower back rounds. This position significantly increases pressure on intervertebral discs. If you enjoy leg press work, consider these adjustments. Use moderate weights with higher reps 12 to 15. Maintain a neutral spine throughout the movement. Don't go so deep that your lower back curls off the pad. Consider single leg variations to reduce total load while maintaining intensity. 7. Push-ups with hands too close together. Diamond push-ups or very narrow hand positions might seem like a great triceps intensifier, but they create problematic angles for aging wrists and elbows. The extreme wrist flexion required can aggravate existing issues like carpal tunnel syndrome or contribute to elbow tendinitis, both increasingly common after 40. A simple fix? Keep your hands just slightly narrower than shoulder width for triceps emphasis, and turn your hands slightly outward to create a more neutral wrist position. 8. Free weight bench press with heavy loads. The traditional barbell bench press is a gym staple, but for men over 40, it deserves careful consideration, especially when going heavy. Heavy bench pressing places significant stress on the shoulders, particularly the anterior joint capsule and rotator cuff tendons. The fixed bar path can force your shoulders into positions that may not align with your individual anatomy. Smarter alternatives include dumbbell bench press, which allows your arms to move in their natural path. Incline pressing variations, which typically create less shoulder stress. Cable or machine presses that provide constant tension with less joint stress. Floor presses that limit range of motion and protect the shoulders. 9. Dumbbell flies. Speaking of chest exercises, dumbbell flies place your shoulders in a vulnerable position at the bottom of the movement when performed with a full range of motion. For men over 40 with any degree of shoulder stiffness, this stretched position under load can stress the anterior shoulder capsule and rotator cuff. Consider cable flies instead, which maintain tension throughout the movement while allowing you to control the angle of pull. Alternatively, machine flies provide fixed support that can be safer for those with existing shoulder issues. 10. Traditional crunches. Finally, let's talk about core training. Traditional crunches involve repetitive spinal flexion that can exacerbate disc issues common in men over 40. The repeated bending motion can increase pressure on intervertebral discs and contribute to conditions like herniated discs, particularly when technique breaks down with fatigue. Instead, focus your core training on planks and anti-rotation exercises, pull-off presses and cable chops, dead bugs and bird dogs, farmer's carries and suitcase holds. These movements train your core for its true function, stabilizing your spine, without the problematic repetitive flexion. There you have it, the 10 exercises to approach with caution after 40, and exactly what to do instead. Remember, this isn't about limitation, it's about optimization. If you want to continue building strength for decades to come without unnecessary pain or injury, implement these smarter training strategies starting with your very next workout. Hit subscribe, tap the notification bell, and drop a comment below telling me which alternative exercise you're going to try first. This is TimelessBody, and I'll see you in the next video.